Good day. Well, part of the reason I really like first grade is my pedagogical perspective. My pedagogical pedagogy, to quote Freire, um, is one of very much literacy focused like instruction. So I was even thinking like when I went into the program like I wanted to be like a reading instructor or get like a reading certificate or something. But actually, part of the reason I like first grade so much is that the focus is 100% on literacy. It's interesting, like seeing them learn how to read and stuff, and being a part of that is kind of exactly what I got into education for, um, as well as like it's really heartwarming when you see kids like I don't know, kind of like you're being there, like over just recently over like Thanksgiving, the kids had to write what they were thankful for, and they some of them wrote Joe, which I thought was pretty cool. I had actually quite an awkward moment in class the other day. I don't know if I told you about that, where I said um, I was talking about student motivation, and I was saying that everybody has to be motivated. Even older people have to have some sort of motivation. And I was basically saying that I'm going to get a poster of George Clooney on my wall because I feel like he's a very motivating person. He's inspiring to me, not to everybody. Everybody has to be inspired, um, and I find that if I don't have, I don't know, I guess it's this ideal. I don't actually know most of the you don't know most of the people that you idealize, but by idealizing them, you can like kind of form your own personal philosophy. So I don't know. I've been trying for about 100,000 years now to develop a personal discipline, a way of an attitude of self control and of personal discipline, and I fail miserably um, most of the time. But and it's all interrelated. This is all related. It all comes back to education, ultimately. Because if you have a personal discipline and a self control and a strong personal philosophy, then you can incorporate that into your teaching. And you can be a role model for these kids. These kids. These children of America who are growing up here in America. I read an interview once with a guy named what's his what's his name? What's his name? He was he's an executive producer. David Simon. No, not David Simon. Ed Burns. He's one of the writers and producers of The Wire, and he was a teacher in Baltimore. And I read an interview with him, and he was saying that like he basically, it's a dire situation in the schools in urban Baltimore, and basically that he was providing a safe haven for the kids. They could feel safe and they could feel like they could learn, and maybe they wouldn't take to heart the lessons learned at that time, but they could look back years down the road and be like, you know what, that is maybe not Ed Burns himself, but like that environment is possible, and so like the possibility of a better life is possible. Um, possibility of a better life is possible, but I don't know. pick your battles. You know? You're not going to save the world in one classroom. Remember that. But you can do you can do something small. And if you throw a penny into a dry fountain, and then your friend throws a penny into the dry fountain, and then hundreds of thousands of people throw the pennies into the dry fountain, then you're going to have a whole fountain full of pennies. And that's an example of my philosophy of teaching. Thank you. I have at least 2 goals in life. One is to own my own hot tub, and second is to give my friend Sam Scranton $5,000. And hopefully being a teacher will kind of lead to that. So I tried to, and this is, you know, well,